How's it going, everyone? Today we're back with another Broken Arrow video, and today we're going to be going into a really fun and intense match that I had a while back. It was America versus America. It was a lot of close quarters, a lot of urban fighting. I thought it'd be really fun to share 10 minutes of non-stop action of this game that I had here. So I'm going to give a little bit of commentary while the match is going on. In this match here, I was really trying to focus on using a lot of infantry, as you can see. Try to get a lot of force recon to handle my CQC, and then smalls and marines to deal with any other infantry and any other vehicles that they're trying to push in. Right here, they're mainly just pushing in brokers. We have those Delta Force. They're going to end up taking out my force recon there. There's too many of them for me to handle, but we were able to get some killed. We have our M60s firing off there at the distance to take out those Delta Force. Overall, this match is pretty fun, guys. I just wanted to share this one with you guys, mainly due to all the action and just intense combat that was going on, and just all the constant back and forth that we had with the enemy. It was loads of fun. I really like this sort of action when it comes to urban fighting. Here, I'm going to try to pop some smoke for my troops to go to make an advance on the objective there. Try to support the other ones that are there. We're going to retreat to Blackhawk. We have some supplies. We're going to try to run them up there to support any of our units once that other supply depot is run out of munitions or supplies. Here we're taking a little bit of fire from the shared in there, so we have our smoke coming in to help us provide cover for us, and then we're going to try to push up some more Marines because we do have that other tank there, and then this one M60 is going to be taking out those two Bookers. They're not going to be able to stand a chance against that. Especially if I'm microing it like that. I'm trying to make sure that they're not going to be able to go on my side. So if they do side shots, then that's where they're the most dangerous there. But I was able to take those enemy units out. I'm going to go ahead and get those two units, the Marines and SMAs in the AAVP, pull it back and resupply it to get them back to full health. We're going to push back another M60 to regenerate it, and then get the other M60 that's full health and push them up to support our frontline units. We do see that they're going to be pushing up, I think that's SEP 2 or SEP 3 tank there. We're going to get our Marines and SMAs out and give them some cover hiding behind the building, so that way they're not being made by the tank there, and they have a pretty decent push coming up, but they don't know my enemy units are there. I mean, I like in this map, specifically in this area right here, if we're going for D, I really love doing a lot of guerrilla warfare or just hiding in the buildings and popping out when they don't expect it, especially since you could use all the buildings for cover. It's really fun to do. Here we're going to go in and try to get our units in the back and get them back to full health. We're going to end up losing, I think we're going to end up losing those Marines there. Trying to be a little aggressive with what I have. I don't want to be too aggressive because they might be pushing up units that I'm not able to see, especially on the right side there. Trying to make sure that I'm not being too, bunching up with my units because I don't want to get nuked. But here our Apache's going to be able to put in some work, take out those enemy units there. Going to push back with our M60. Had a lot of fun in this game again, guys. If you ever get into these matches with the Black Coast, especially on this map, having the urban warfare, and a lot of people don't like it, but I kind of like the challenge of having to fight in this open urban space. It's pretty fun. It can get super annoying, but I think that if you play your cards right and if you're able to micromanage decently, then you're able to put up a pretty good fight, and it won't be as hectic as it might seem. So you're going to be just trying to spam, I guess, a bunch of artillery, because I lose sight of where they're going to be, so I just fire on a lot of buildings, because I know eventually once they start getting hit, the enemy's just going to move, so having that artillery fire on different positions is going to allow me to account for that. And I have more force recon. I need my CQC units since there is a lot of infantry in there. I want to be able to take care of them swiftly. So we're going to spread them out. I don't want to keep them in just one building. Don't want them to get flamethrowered. Okay, we have our small there. Going to be attacking those, I think those is engineers. Our M60 and Marines are going to be moving into the supply area to regenerate. We're going to try to get our Apache on the left side there. I think the Guardian on the right is going to end up being taken out. So we have our M60 and then our Marines and a small are going to be eventually getting back to full health. This match was just a bloodbath, to be honest. A lot of this middle area was just complete no man's land. Every time we would send units, they would send units or Apaches or vehicles. My units would get wiped, and then when they push in, I'd send more units, and the friendly would send in units too, and they would get wiped. So it was just constant back and forth. That's what really made it a lot of fun. Just the non-stop action that we had between the enemy and my teammate. It was kind of annoying though. My team was trying to give up even like in the very beginning when they only had 1 point, and they didn't even have or they only had one control point. or whatever they're called, 1 point overall in the game. They didn't even have any points on us when it comes to deaths. I mean, they do now right here in this instance. They have 4 points above over us when it comes to kills, but they didn't have them in the beginning, and their teammates wanted to give up with just them having, I think, 1 point over us. So that was kind of annoying. Our teammates were giving up way too soon. Here we have a lot of more action going on in the middle here, surprising our enemy with ambushes, making use of a lot of those buildings there for cover. I really like doing that. Again, I like popping in and out, taking pop shots, especially with the vehicles. When they start to push, you're able to catch them off guard and just easily get a side shot and take them out, especially if you have a lot of units hidden. There is a danger though, because if you do bunch them up kind of like I'm here, they're not too bunched up, but they're bunched up enough where if you have a really high pound bomb, or even just say MLRS, something there, you're going to be able to take out a decent amount of them as long as they're equipped with HE. So we're going to be able to handle these Rangers CQC. They're not going to be able to do too much damage to us, but we're going to need to reinforce our units pretty quickly, since they are going to start reinforcing their units. But we should be able to handle them once our other guys get up there. We do have, I think, 2 AAVPs on the way with some units. I have the what is it, the slam ram, but honestly I can never find a way to really use that. If you guys know a really effective way to use these guys, I can never utilize them and, you know, maximize their effectiveness on the field. So if there's any way that you guys use it, that you guys find really effective, let me know in the comments, because I struggle using that thing. I can never ever make it work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's never a fun time when I'm using that thing. So here we're able to get a nice ambush going on the, I think this is Sep 3 or Sep 2. We're going to push up since that tank is engaged. We're going to make use of that and push up our AAVP with Marines. We're going to drop our smalls off. That way we can get some more side shots, utilizing hits from different angles. And I noticed that they're going to be sending up I think it's a Dragoon, so I'm going to drop my Marines so that way they don't take damage from the explosion. And then I rushed them off a little bit too quickly there, but I didn't want them to be in the open. And then also support taking out that tank, let the Dragoon come to me, have a little bit of cover with the buildings there. We're going to bring our other supplies up because we're going to need supplies shortly for our units there. We're going to end up losing that Marines there in the back, and then the other Marines that's in the building here is going to be able to take out the enemy tank. So we're able to do that. We're going to push our guys, try to hide them behind the buildings, pop some smoke, move our units everywhere. So here they are ahead of us, about 6 points. But honestly, it doesn't mind. Like I said, guys, in the earlier videos, I don't mind losing. I don't want to lose. I'm going to try my best to win the match. But to me, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just here to have fun and enjoy the game overall as much as I can. And here I'm having loads of fun, having to, you know, do all this urban combat and deal with seeing all these firefights going on here. It's really fun time for me. Here we're going to be most likely taken out with those Mauls and Delta Force. We're going to drop our small off, I believe. Yeah, and then try to get our AAVP out of there. We tried to make something of a push on the right there, but it was pretty ineffective. We got taken out by a lot of their helicopters with Hellfires. Here we're going to drop some bombs on these units, last ditch effort. And then overall we do see that we're going to pretty much lose the game. I don't know why we just didn't, you know, fight it out, but I guess they were just over, so I just over the game, so I didn't want to hold them back, so I just go ahead and put my vote for yes. And as you can see, we did end up losing the game, but it was a lot of non-stop action, a lot of urban fighting, house-to-house combat. It was super fun. We did contest for that objective quite a bit. We were able to take it in the end there. As you can see, had a decent score overall, and were able to capture that zone, I think, 3 times. We did lose 2 people. Again, they left more in the middle to later of the game, so not really too big of a problem. It was unfortunate, but, you know, still had fun. I really enjoyed these urban combat, especially when you're able to have a teammate that's supporting you well too. You know, it's not just you the entire time, because that definitely helps out too, because it doesn't make you feel like all the pressure is on you. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy, and let me know what you guys think of this format and if I should continue making videos like this one here. All right, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.